Hello everyone. In the last class, we have discussed about media units of the Government of India. So, in this class also, we will continue to discuss the rest of the media units. And so, today we will start with Directorate of Film Festivals. Directorate of Film Festival was set up under the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting in 1973 with the prime objective of promoting good cinema. This is undertaken by organizing a range of activities under these broad categories. First one, the International Film Festival of India, the National Film Awards and Dada Saheb Phalke Award, cultural exchange program and organizing screening of Indian films through the missions abroad. The selection of Indian panorama, participation in international film festivals abroad, special film exposition on behalf of the Government of India, print collection and documentation. So these are you can say that with these objectives or with these activities, actually this Directorate of Film Festivals set up. And these activities provide a unique platform for exchange of ideas, culture, and experiences between India and other countries in the field of cinema. It also provides a powerful platform for Indian cinema and fosters commercial opportunities for Indian films. So, within the country, the latest trends in global cinema are made accessible to the general public, film industries, and students. Next one is National Film Archive of India, another important media unit. So, the National Film Archive of India was established in February 1964 as a media unit under the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. So, the primary charter of NFAI is to safeguard the heritage of Indian cinema for posterity and act as a center for dissemination of a healthy film culture in the country. Promotion of film censorship, promotion of film scholarship and research on various aspects of cinema also form part of its objectives. Familiarizing foreign audiences with Indian cinema and to make it more visible across the globe is another declared functions of the archive. And NFAI has been a member of the International Federation of Film Archives since May 1969, which enables it to get expert advice and material on preservation techniques, documentation, etc. The archive has its own film vaults designed according to international film preservation standards. The construction of specialized vaults for preserving color films is underway. So, the well stocked library of over 25,000 books on cinema published across the globe is a boon to serious students of cinema. Just imagine, like, books just for cinema, that too 25,000 books. Okay, more than 100 Indian and foreign journals on cinema and are received in the library. Over 30,000 film scripts, both Indian and foreign, received from the Central Board of Film Certification are also preserved in the archive. So just imagine, how big the archive is. Next important thing is Children Film Society India, Children's Film Society of India, the next important media unit. And the Children Film Society of India was established in 1955 to provide value based entertainment to children through the medium of films. CFSI is engaged in production, acquisition, distribution, exhibition, and promotion of children's film. So the head office of the CFSI is located in Mumbai with branch or zonal offices in Delhi and Chennai. Films produced, procured by the society are exhibited through state district-wide children film festival as well as through theatrical, non-theatrical exhibition in schools through distributions, NGOs, etc. So these are the activities of Children's Society, Children's Film Society of India. Okay. So the next one is Directorate of Advertising and Visual Publicity. The Directorate of Advertising and Visual Publicity is the nodal multimedia agency of the government to meet the publicity requirements of various ministries and departments in a cost-effective manner. It provides single window service for publicizing government policies and programs from conception to design and execution through various media formats, including press advertisements, print publicity, audiovisual publicity, and exhibition. DAVP, with its headquarters in Delhi, has two regional offices at Bangalore and Guwahati, besides 32 field exhibition units across the country. So I've already told you, they you know, they use, Directorate DAVP uses different formats for publishing, the ads. Okay, the first is press advertisements. You know what is press advertisements, right? Yeah. So DAVP has its own panel over 4,100 newspapers and periodicals in 22 languages covering all states for release of advertisement. So that is very interesting factor. So they have connection with all these, this many newspapers and, journals. And the primary objective is to secure the widest possible coverage through advertisement, keeping in view the message target and budget. And Directorate released about 32,000 advertisement in a financial year. Just imagine, the amount of, the number of advertisements. Okay. Next, if you take the audiovisual publicity, so we have mentioned about the press publicity, the audiovisual publicity. So if you take the audiovisual publicity, the audiovisual cell of DAVP produces and broadcasts, telecasts, programs and sports on social themes for ministries and departments. And DAVP arranges telecast or broadcast of audio or video sports on AIR, Doordarshan, and even private radio and television channels. And the audio or video programs are produced through M-panel producers. So these programs include, audio and video, spots or jingles, sponsored or folk music based radio programs or promotional telefilms, which are dubbed in Hindi, English, and regional languages for the national telecast or broadcast. Okay. Next is exhibition. So, how do they conduct exhibition? That is another thing. Okay, photo exhibitions are important means of propagating messages of national development and other issues of the social relevance. So, DAVP conceptualizes, designs, develops, and mounts exhibition material, montages, and artifacts for exhibitions on specific things. Next, you can see that next important thing what this government does is like outdoor publicity. So publicity through various outdoor formats like hoardings, wall paintings, cinema slides, or computerized animation displays, kiosks, bus queue shelters, bus back panels, etc. You can find all these kind of display messages, especially on the policies of and programs of ministries or departments of central government. So it is a conventional but an effective means of spreading any idea, and the displays serve as a constant reminder to the passers by the passers-by and the viewers actually. So it's actually a very good reminder. So when you just I told you, like, especially when you're traveling in a bus or something, if you see a hoarding that attracts you, so obviously it is like a very good reminder for the passers-by and and the viewers. Okay. And next is mass mailing. Okay, they do conduct mass mailing also. So the mass mailing wing of DAVP has over 16.5 lakh addresses to reach out to a wide spectrum of people across the country. That number is like, so compared to what you call, like, the population of India, the number is very small, but still, they could collect that many addresses, valid addresses. Okay. And next also, like I already mentioned you in the class, like they have a studio set up, full-fledged studios. Okay. So DAVP has a full-fledged studio with qualified artists for designing of publicity material required for different campaigns. So the designs are mostly prepared in-house, keeping in mind the special publicity requirements of the region where the publicity campaign is to be launched. So the studio is equipped with DTP facility for making designs for print publicity, press advertisements, outdoor publicity, etc. The next media unit is Directorate of Field Publicity. So the Directorate of Field Publicity, with its headquarters in New Delhi, is the largest rural-oriented interpersonal communication medium in the country. Okay, so it's an interpersonal medium, and they are mostly concentrating, like, excuse me, on the rural people, and it operates as a two-way channel of dissemination of information among masses and gathering feedback for the government. So it acts as a bridge between the people and the government, and established in 1953 as a five-year plan publicity organization with sole objective of publicity of five-year plans. And the Directorate assumed its present format and its role in 1959, with its publicity scope widened and made all inclusive. So over the year, its area of operations and its aim and objectives have diversified. And if you see that, you can now it's like, the basically the aim or the objective of this particular media unit is to inform, educate, motivate and involve the people of India, especially at the grassroots level in the process of development, so that the vision of the framers of the constitution as outlined in its preamble is realized. And second one is to generate public opinion for the implementation of developmental programs and mobilize popular participation in the process of nation building. Third one, to keep the public, especially the weak, the marginal, and the remotely placed, informed about the policies and programs of the government and generate awareness on several national and social issues of relevance. To keep the government informed of the people's reaction to its programs and policies and their implementation at the field level, thereby facilitating corrective measures as and where required. So, these are the main objectives of this particular media unit, that is DFP. And DFP communicates with the people through various mode of communication. Interpersonal communication is the basic of essence of all its activities. So I already mentioned you, like they perform something like face-to-face communication. So the Directorate resorts largely to interactive medium like group discussions, seminars, symposia, public meetings, an elocution contest, question answer session, etc., to convey its message to the masses. And it also resorts to visual and live entertainment programs like film shows, photo exhibitions, song and drama, etc., to communicate with the people. And the directorate also conducts competitions like quiz, essay, drawing and painting, slogan writing, rural sports, etc. to disseminate message on the chosen theme. So providing feedback of the public perception to the authorities is a major function of DFP. So I already mentioned in the beginning, like, so they collect information from the people, that is like, especially from the rural people, and they give it back to the government. Okay. Next is Song and Drama Division. The Song and Drama Division was set up in 1954 as a unit of All India Radio and was given the status of an independent media unit in 1956 with the mandate of development communication. This is the largest organization in the country using performing arts as a medium of communications. So the division uses wide range of art forms such as drama, operas, dance dramas, folks, traditional, dance items, puppetry, etc. And in addition, the division organizes theatrical shows on, national themes such as communal harmony, national integration, secularism, promotion of cultural heritage, health, environment, education, etc. through solid like and light programs. Next one, Film and Television Institute of India. It's very pretty famous. You would have heard about this thing, FTII Pune. Okay. And the FTII Pune is a premier institution for imparting training in the art and craft of filmmaking and film production. So it conducts a 3-year postgraduate diploma course in film and television and 1-year certificate course in television. Now it has also started a 1-year certificate course in feature film screenplay writing and 2-year diploma course in acting. So the institute, like you can see that most of our all these big stars, especially and also directors in Mollywood and also Bollywood, they are the products of FTII, so Film Institute Pune. Okay, yes, and the institute regularly enters its students' films in national and international film festivals in both competitive and non-competitive section to ensure greater exposure and visibility of its work. Several of these films have gone on to win national and international awards. The institute is also involved in strengthening ties with other leading film schools in the world by way of exchange of program for its students as well as the faculty members. And one of the important annual features of FTII is conducting a 4-week summer course in film appreciation in collaboration with the National Film Archive of India, Pune. Next, another important institution. It also comes under the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. Okay, so Satyajit Ray Film and Television Institute. Satyajit Ray Film and Television Institute, Kolkata, an autonomous academic institution under the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, was registered in 1995 under the West Bengal Societies Registration Act 1961. The institute is a national center offering a 3-year postgraduate diploma courses in one, film direction and screenplay writing, motion picture photography, editing, and sound recording. So the institute holds an all India basis competitive examination each year to select prospective students for its different streams. The last one is Indian Institute of Mass Communication. Okay. Indian Institute of IIMC, which was set up in response to a need felt to evolve a methodology and effective use of communication resources as a part of country's overall development strategy, made a small beginning on 17 August 1965 as a department of Ministry of Information Broadcasting, Government of India. So later it was registered as an autonomous organization under the Societies Registration Act, and the institute, which receives fund for its recurring and non-recurring expenditure as grant in aid from the Government of India through the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, is today recognized as a center of excellence in the field of communication teaching, training, and research. Okay, so it provides knowledge and skills to young communicators in a variety of disciplines, including print, photography, radio, television, as also development communication, communication research, advertising, and public relations. So that is all about the media units. Okay, that is all about the media units and the media institutions under the Ministry of Information Broadcasting. Hope you have understood. If you have any questions, you can ask me in the live class. Okay. So thank you so much.